Hello, I am Barendipitous, and I'm making this video here to make a few fun announcements. Um, well, the first one, as you can clearly see, is I have a I have a VTuber model here. It's a two-dimensional model that was made by Milz, and actually, let me take a quick look to see. I'll include a link to Milz's account down in the description, but just okay. Milz the artist, M-I-L-Z, the word the and the word artist. Milz the artist did a really great job of capturing, well, the character of Baron in their unique style. So I've thought about getting a VTuber sort of model for a little while, and this seemed to be a great way to sort of try it out. Really, I like Mills' style. I thought it would be fun to have a sort of a cute version of Baron, I suppose. There are several things I can do with this. I can have him follow my mouse. His eyes follow my mouse, kind of like this. I've tried a little bit of tracking my face with mixed results. I'll be honest. Yeah, just tracking my face right now. And yeah, it's just not something I'm quite used to, but I'm pretty happy with how this looks. And I am very grateful for Mills for doing this, for accepting this commission, essentially. I especially like the animations of the arms and also the shiny metal. I think that's a lot of fun. Anyway, the second little announcement I have is you can see over, well, you can see this Brawlhalla Loremaster Exam closed book thing that I have over here on the right side of the screen. This, let's see, on Twitter this past week, I mentioned that August 27th of this year, so last Friday, today is September 1st, last Friday was the second anniversary of my very first Brawlhalla Lore quiz giveaway, essentially. It's crazy that it's been 2 years since I've basically done, Barendipitous, the Lore Master stuff in the Brawlhalla community. I mean, I've played Brawlhalla since early 2018, but I didn't really start doing my regular lore quiz giveaways until the end of August of 2019, in which I, well, basically the Blue Mammoth Games, so the back to school event was happening, right? And as part of it, they were giving away community colors to some people who could answer some lore questions. And I was really excited about this because I was like, oh, I know my lore. This is going to be great. And they were very simple questions like, who's the national hero of Batavia? That may not be obvious to some of you, but to someone like me who really likes the lore in Brawlhalla, I knew instantly, oh, Diana, duh. I was not impressed with the questions, and so I decided to try my own. I had won a community colors code from that, and I decided, hey, I already have community colors, so I'm going to give it away by presenting a more challenging quiz. Haha! So, and then I got a DM from the Brawlhalla Twitter, and so all of this happened on the 27th of August, 2019, and also on that same day, the Brawlhalla Twitter account DM'd me and said, "Hey, here's 5 more community color codes. Clearly your quiz will be a lot more challenging, so go have fun." And then only a couple weeks after that, I was offered the opportunity to be a partnered content creator with Blue Mammoth Games, with Brawlhalla. So you could say that 2 years ago, on August 27, 2019, that was the beginning of something special, I should say. So to celebrate this second anniversary, I have this very special exam. And this is actually an exam that I made quite a while back. Basically a sort of test to see if you're as much of a lore master as Baron is, kind of a thing. I've decided to attach a bunch of prizes to it this time. I didn't see a lot of interaction with this quiz in the past, so this will probably be brand new to just about every one of you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read what this says here so you can get a full understanding of what this exam entails. I will also be sharing this information on Twitter as well. But here we go. So I'm calling this Brawlhalla Loremaster Exam. Not just a quiz. This is an exam. You'll probably see why in a bit. And I'll also explain what closed book means. So, it says here, welcome to the Brawlhalla Loremaster Exam. If you're here, actually, in a second, I'm going to, yep, this will be fun here. All right. So, yeah, reading this page here. All right. So, welcome to the Brawlhalla Loremaster Exam. You're here because you like a challenge, or maybe you're just curious, or maybe you want a chance at one of the prizes. Whatever the reason, you've arrived. The aim of this exam is to distinguish the masters of lore among the casual lore enthusiasts. There is no shame in being among the few and proud lore fans, but the highest honor among us, I believe, is demonstrating true mastery and knowledge of the Brawlhalla universe, with all its wacky and epic components. Trust me, you'll want to do a bit of studying before you take this exam. I made this exam with two concepts in mind. First, it needs to be a challenge that tests people on lore knowledge. I would expect it needs to be a challenge that tests people on lore knowledge that I would expect myself to know off the top of my head. And two, though challenging, it needs to be passable and fair in its questions and answers. The other quizzes I've made, especially my weekly lore quizzes, are open book, but not this time. This exam is closed book. This means that you will be expected to rely completely on your own knowledge and memory, with absolutely no outside sources. All questions and answers come only from the official in-game lore. Do I have a good way to ensure your honesty? Well, frankly, no. That is why I'm going to assume you will follow the rules I set in place. The next page you see, once you click the next button, will show you a full list of the prizes along with the score you need to have a chance at winning them. The next page after that will show you a list of the rules I expect you to abide by for this exam. By clicking next after that, I will assume you agreed to accept every rule as written and clearly intended. Instead of using any tracking technology, I will rely on your own personal sense of honor and integrity. I will give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm holding you to your word every bit as much as I would expect you to hold me to my word. And I expect you to not take advantage of my trust here. Although it seems I'm taking a serious approach to this, I know that this is really just all for fun. It is fun to take something so silly and treat it seriously like this, but that shouldn't diminish what I've said before. Rather, it should make clear this is nothing to stake your life on. If you fail, that's okay. If you succeed, that's also okay. So now I'm going to go, so it'll ask for an email just to, because with all my lore quizzes, I give away prizes via email. So there's that. So what are the prizes, you may ask? Well, here we go. Here is a list of all the possible prizes that you can win from completing this exam. Since some are more valuable than others, you will need a better score to be eligible to win one of them. Each individual item/code will be given at random to one person who qualifies. No person will get more than one code. Therefore, whatever score you get on the exam, you have a chance at winning any prize at or below your score range. So you can see here, the Lore Master tier, 91 to 100%. I have a Poe, Tigress, and Tai Lung, one of each epic crossover. So those will be the grand prizes, one of each of those. If you get a 76 to 90% in this exam, you could have a chance at getting one of these prizes: one of 5 Metadev Fates, one of 3 Volsong Brins, one of 3 Shield Maiden Brins, and possibly a Pteranodon Nash. If you get 51 to 75%, you're eligible for the chance of winning a This Guy emote or one of 2 Take a Bow emotes. Lore Nerd, 26 to 50%, Onisan Sidekick. Lore Student, 11 to 25%, one of 3 Pride Flag avatars or one of 3 Trans Flag avatars. And finally, Lore Enthusiast, 1 to 10%, Community Colors, 1 of 5 Community Colors. So once again, to clarify, just like with all of my weekly quiz giveaways, getting with my quiz giveaways that only have 3 questions, you are eligible for a drawing if you get 100% in those quizzes, right? So I kind of extend that logic to different scores here. So if you get 100% on this exam, you you have the chance of getting one of any of these prizes, but including one of these, essentially. If you, for example, get, let's say, 75% correct in the exam, you are eligible for anything under Lore Graduate, Lore Nerd, Lore Student, or Lore Enthusiast. So, once again, basically, whatever score you get, then that is the pool of possible prizes that you can have a chance at winning. Just like with all my previous lore quizzes, basically, when I look to after I've scored every single exam, shall we say, then I will start to go down the list of these prizes. Okay, who is eligible to win the PO code? I will look at everyone who scored a 91 to 100%, and from that number, I will roll a random number generator, and whoever I roll on, they get the PO. Same thing with Tigress, same thing with Tai Lung. Although if someone gets a PO, then they won't be getting Tigress or Tai Lung. Then after that, I will look at everyone who got a 90% or lower, and a 76% or higher, and then I'll roll a winner for each of the 5 Metadev Fates, each of the 3 Volsong Brins, and so on and so forth. Once I've done that, all the way down to Pteranodon Nash, then I'll look at everyone who got a 51% or higher for the This Guy emote and Take a Bow emote, and all the way down to the community colors. So, I think that should pretty much clear up what that means. So, what do I mean when I say closed book? In all of my previous quizzes and giveaways, I've always said they were open book, meaning that you could refer to any source that you want while you're taking the quiz. But here are the rules that I've set here, and the reason why I've set these rules is to make it more challenging for you guys. You are to take this entire exam in one sitting without accessing any source outside this exam. There are roughly 50 short answer questions, which will likely take about 10 to 20 minutes to complete in total. Sources that are off limits during the exam include, and I've listed all these things, basically I'm covering as many bases as possible. I'm telling you that you're expected to not look at Brawlhalla the video game, Brawlhalla Lore in Context, my lore wiki site, the Brawlhalla Wiki, any website outside of this particular Google form here, any other form of digital or print media, such as video, music, books, games, artwork, notes, etc. Although if you like listening to background music, then obviously, as long as the music is not directly related to Brawlhalla, then I wouldn't have a problem with that. Also, help from any other person. Closed book also means closed person, shall we say. So, while you are taking this exam, you are going to take this alone and in one sitting. As you take this exam, only one resource is allowed for your reference, your own knowledge and memory. This exam is intended to test you on knowledge of Brawlhalla lore that any other Brawlhalla lore master would be expected to know. And I've kind of set this standard myself, and while I don't like to be, I don't like to appear narcissistic in any way, I think this is justified in this case because if I'm not mistaken, most people in the Brawlhalla community would say, if not everyone, would say that I am the sort of unofficial lore master of Brawlhalla lore. So, if you know as much as I do and can remember as much as I do in one sitting, then I would say that you would also be a lore master status, I suppose, if you want to call it that. So, by clicking the next button on this page, then you understand that you would be agreeing to abide by every rule listed on this page as they are written and clearly intended. You are promising on your honor and integrity that if you successfully pass this exam with at least a 91% or above, then I, Barendipitous, can truly call you a fellow Brawlhalla lore master. Moreover, regardless of what score you ultimately get, it is a generally accurate representation of your knowledge and memory of Brawlhalla lore. So, and then after that, basically you will get all of the questions, sort of all in a row. You answer them to the best of your ability. They're all short answer, and once you are done, there's a final message that says, by clicking finish, you are saying that you followed the rules, and I'm going to hold you at your word, sort of an honor system kind of thing. And yeah, that's that. So how long will you have before I announce answers and winners? You will have 2 weeks. This is the longest amount of time I think that I've ever given to any giveaway that I've had. And so essentially at noon Eastern time on Wednesday, September 15th, that's Wednesday, September 15th. That is when I will announce on Twitter the winners and all of the answers to all of the codes and all the items and everything. And yeah, we will go from there. And like I said, this is a celebration of my 2 years as someone who's been giving away stuff with codes. So lots of exciting stuff there. And now the final thing that I wish to sort of announce is that I think I might do a little lecture series. What do you think? If you recall, in the Battle Pass Season 3 reveal that I did about weapon skins, I did a whole PowerPoint presentation, and I think I like that format. It's very easy to do, very easy for me to record and everything. And I have a few fun topics that I might present, both informative and just silly and fun. There are 4 topics that I'm considering that I'm sort of preparing, if you will. One presentation I have ready, which is about the respiratory rates of the legends. Another one is an analysis about the series of videos by Schwerpy and how well Schwerpy covers the lore in those videos. Spoiler alert, doesn't look good. Also, I have a presentation planned for the most common lore question I've gotten, or at least one of them anyway. How old is Kaya? I'm going to give my answer in that. Yeah, I certainly I don't think that's going to be a necessary. I don't think that's going to be a heavy topic necessarily. At least on the surface. I just want to sort of like make my stance clear about the discussions surrounding that. And then finally, I've seen a lot of interest and curiosity and confusion about the role of orgs or organizations, esports and content creation organizations in the Brawlhalla community. And since the Brawlhalla community is so young, I think it would be good to present my perspective and understanding of orgs, to kind of demystify it and help people understand what the point of them is, essentially. So yeah, just some fun lectures that I think could be of interest and of help to people. If there are any other subjects that you think might be fun to hear me present on with a slide presentation, then let me know in the comments or on Twitter. But yeah, that will conclude my video here. I wanted to sort of give an in-depth explanation of, I guess, some fun little things, little developments, little projects that I've had in the works here. There are other things that I'd love to continue to work on and do. For example, I know I've talked about something regarding Brawlhalla D&D. That's still very much a slow work in progress. But yeah, we all just move along and have fun in the Brawlhalla community. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you make it a great day. Take care.